turning ideas into treatments, the path of drug discovery. Getting a drug to market is a complex and multi-step process that involves several critical stages. The drug approval process in South Africa shares many similarities with the process in other countries like the United States, but it also has unique aspects specific to the regulatory framework in South Africa. Discovery and preclinical testing. Discovery. Scientists conduct research to identify potential drug candidates. This involves understanding the disease mechanism, identifying targets, and screening compounds. Preclinical testing. Before human trials, drugs undergo laboratory testing to evaluate their safety, efficacy, and biological activity. These tests help to determine if the drug is safe enough to be tested in humans. Clinical trials approval. Before conducting clinical trials in South Africa, researchers must submit a clinical trial application (CTA) to the South African Health Products Regulatory Authority (SAHPRA). The application includes data from preclinical studies, study protocols, and ethical considerations. Clinical trials must be reviewed and approved by an accredited ethics committee. This is similar to the requirement for institutional review boards in the United States. Clinical trials phases. Phase 1 tests the drug in a small group of healthy volunteers or patients to evaluate its safety, determine safe dosage ranges, and identify side effects. Phase 2, the drug is given to a larger group of patients to further assess its efficacy and safety. This phase helps determine the optimal dose. Phase 3, large-scale trials are conducted to confirm the drug's effectiveness, monitor side effects, compare it to commonly used treatments, and collect information that will allow the drug to be used safely. These trials can involve thousands of participants across multiple sites. Phase 3B trials are conducted after the initial Phase 3 trials, but before the drug receives regulatory approval. These trials aim to gather additional data on the drug's efficacy, safety, or optimal use. They may also explore new indications, dosing regimens, or combinations with other therapies. They provide supplementary information that may help in the regulatory approval process or in preparing for market launch. These studies can include additional patient populations, longer-term safety data, or specific subgroup analyses. Phase 4, post-marketing surveillance, also known as Phase 4 studies, continue to monitor the drug's safety and efficacy in the general population. SAHPRA requires pharmaceutical companies to report any adverse events or issues that arise after the drug is on the market. After successful clinical trials, an application for new drug registration is submitted to SAHPRA. This is akin to the New Drug Application (NDA) process in the United States. The application must include comprehensive data from the clinical trials, manufacturing information, and proposed labeling. SAHPRA reviews the submitted data to ensure the drug's safety, efficacy, and quality. This process involves a thorough evaluation of the clinical trial results, manufacturing practices, and compliance with regulatory standards. The review process can be lengthy depending on the completeness of the application and the drug's complexity. SAHPRA aims to expedite reviews for drugs that address significant public health needs. Post-marketing surveillance continues to monitor the drug's safety and efficacy. Companies must implement robust pharmacovigilance systems to manage any safety concerns. Compliance with good manufacturing practices standards is required to ensure product quality. Effective management of distribution channels is essential to maintain quality and accessibility. Costing and pricing. Pricing of new drugs involves negotiations between pharmaceutical companies, SAHPRA, and the Department of Health. These negotiations aim to make drugs affordable while ensuring the sustainability of pharmaceutical companies. Patents protect the intellectual property of new drugs, granting exclusive rights to the developers. In South Africa, the Patents Act governs patent rights. However, mechanisms like compulsory licensing can be invoked in public health emergencies to allow generic production. The trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights, TRIPS agreement, allows countries to issue compulsory licenses or waive patents for public health reasons. South Africa has leveraged TRIPS flexibilities to improve access to essential medications, especially for HIV/AIDS and tuberculosis treatments. The drug approval process in South Africa is rigorous, involving multiple stages of evaluation to ensure safety and efficacy. Cost negotiations, patent considerations, and international agreements like TRIPS play crucial roles in making essential drugs accessible and affordable. This comprehensive approach aims to balance innovation, affordability, and public health needs.